Hello everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie and welcome back to another Makers with Heart YouTube collaboration series. This month we are focusing on the color Melon, which is close to my heart. It's color of the year. And so I grabbed all the things that I have in my stash that are Melon. So I have some cardstock, some glitter paper, some shimmer trim, some dots, of course, some ink, and I also have some of the melon ribbon. So I'm going to see how much melon I can put on this layout, and I'm going to scrapbook my cute little cat Trevor. He loves pom-poms, and so I thought I'd document his love for the little fluffy round balls. And it can't be just any pom-pom, it has to be the one that has the sparkles in it. And I thought the one that he's posing with right here kind of matches that melon color. So I thought that'd be really cute to create a page using that photo. So come along and see what I create. So I found that the mixed in paper collection has the color melon in it. So I grabbed the piece that has the circles to kind of match the pom-pom. And I found a paw print and a heart on my Cricut. So I just cut that out. And now I'm going to use melon as my base, and I grabbed some mink because my Trevor is kind of a gray color and it also kind of matches the mix-in paper, and I'm going to just cut a 1/2 inch off of each side so that can just layer right on top of my mink piece. I decided I wanted to distress the edges, so I grabbed my Mink Ink and a blending tool, and after I started doing this, I believe I'm doing it wrong. I'm using this as a sponge and not a blending tool, so I needed to actually get my all-purpose mat out, lay the paper down, and I believe bring in the ink that way instead of distressing off the edge like a sponge. So next time I will try it a different way to see if it comes out better. So I'm going to fast forward this to the next step. It did take a little while to distress that way, so I don't recommend it, but I'm going to go ahead and lay this down on top of the Melon Cardstock, and then I'm going to bring in that mix-in paper. And I originally intended to use the larger circles, but as I was flipping it around and trying to decide which side to use, I ultimately went with more of the speckles, and I think that worked a little bit better with the page that I was trying to do. So I felt the heart was just a little too plain, and I was trying to decide between stamping or splattering, and so I decided to actually get out my white gloss spray and add some speckles. And again, if you watched a video a little while ago, my nozzle is clogged, so I just decided to take the top off and add some sprinkles of that white across the heart. And I got some pretty big splatters on there, so it's going to take a minute to dry, so I decided to move on to the next step with adding some of the different elements that I've chosen. I decided to mount my photo of Trevor on the glitter paper, the melon glitter paper. It's just so cute, and it goes along with that little pom-pom that he loves. And then I grabbed the Meowma and Pawpa stamp set that I have in my stash. It is still available, and actually it is on sale this month, so go check that out. There is a thin cut that goes along with that one, but those little paw prints were just way too cute, so I added some with the Mink Ink, just where it'll be peeking out behind the photo. Next, I'm going to work on my title. I went back and forth trying to decide what I wanted my title to be. I thought of doing his name, but I decided to just cut out the word pom-pom out of the block alphabet thin cuts, because that's what we're focusing on, is that adorable little pom-pom that he loves. And now I'm going to add the paw print that I cut out from my Cricut, and I cut it out in Toffee Cardstock, and looking back at it now, I probably should have chose a different color. I went with Toffee because Trevor is kind of a brown, has some browns to him, but in this photo he was a little bit younger and his little brown spots hadn't come in yet. So looking back, I probably should have chose a different color, but it is what it is, and we'll just move on to the next step. Okay, we're just going to fast forward just a little bit, and I have attached all of the elements down. I did add a zip strip above the photo that came on the mix-in papers, and I used liquid glue for the title, and now I'm just bringing in some accents to finish up this page. I am using the Melon Dots. They have circles and hearts and stars on one sheet, so you have a lot of different options on those dots. And I also grabbed some sequins for those white pieces. Since I do have quite a bit of white, I thought I'd bring that in and across the page, adding in those sequins. And of course those little guys get sticky on my fingers, and that pickup tool makes it super easy to find the ones that I want and get them where they need to be. So after getting the dots and the sequins on, I felt like it just needed a little bit more, so I grabbed the starter alphabet and Toffee Ink, and I thought it might be cute to add a little T on that paw since we are focusing on Trevor, and it turned out pretty cute. I think that I should have used maybe a smaller T, but after it sat for a little bit, the ink melded into the cardstock and it wasn't as dark, and so it was just a little accent that really adds to this page. I had this white twine sitting on my desk, and if you know cats, you know they love string. Trevor has knocked it off my desk many a times and tried to run away with it, so I thought I would add it to this page all about him. I tried tying it around the photo, moving it around to different places, but I ended up looping it on the side and just adding some glue dots to keep it in place. After that last touch of twine, I believe this page is done. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up, maybe leave me a nice comment, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. There are 7 of us in this collaboration. There's 1 video per day, so make sure and check out the other videos for more ideas on what to do with Close My Heart's Color of the Year Melon. I will put a playlist at the end of this video, and also their links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.